Kuna video mwe kama bobo.
Audio.
Ya bweregar. Inja ya bora.
Matupi.
Ugenda.
Ngomveka zake zosaziwika.
Ai boss.
Kamoto kandeka libwino wote.
Ndabo yako mtodola dama. Soma for the goal. Bongo didn't to be bonega. Money is in figures of ways in me too. Young one.
This is Tega. Nega ultima kwa kusema nega. Karusa kama ila kuna mbali za dhati na mwana wa ndani. Kuna John. Tumita basi. Nani basi tunabaki kula hiyo. Ndio katika kula basi.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Welcome, everybody, today here on our new event, our big Indonesia event. As you heard before, it was a hymn anthem of Indonesia. Here today, we have a special guest from Indonesia, and she will present IIU because she is a big person in IIU. She is a big board member. Please, Mona, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Nada. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we hear you. Good evening, Mona.
Hi, good evening.
Welcome.
Hi, good evening, all. Okay, thank you for all today for coming to Indonesia. Okay, before we hear Indonesia anthem, and I want give something for you for my friend in the world, especially for my friend from India. May I sing one song from India?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Again, song India anthem. Uh, and before, so sorry if my voice not good or my language India little not good. Okay, I will start. Janagana mana adinaya gajaya he Bharata Bhagya Vidata Panjaba Sindha Gujarata Maratha. I'm nervous.
No, you don't have been nervous. You sings beautiful. Just
Okay,
continue, Mona, please.
okay, I try again. Okay. Jana mana arindaya kajaya he Bharata Bhagya Vidata Panjaba Sindha Gujarata Maratha Dravida Utkala Bangga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uccala Jaladi Taranga Tava Supaname Jage Tava Supahashishamage Gahe Tava Jaya Gata Janagana Mangala Dayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhagya Vidata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He. Thank you.
This was beautiful. A big applause for our Mona.
Wonderful,
Bravo,
Mona.
bravo.
Superb.
You
Wonderful.
sing beautiful. So, Mona, as we said, she is a board member of IIU. Mona, we will put now a little video as you don't want to say anything more. Is it
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you to the International Internship University. I am Mana Anggia from Indonesia. Let me introduce myself. I work at a private insurance company. I manage the team and train and help my team to achieve the goals. Thank you, International Internship University, for the opportunity given to welcome all of you. And today, we know we have one schedule for Indonesia, and we know the COVID-19 pandemic has had a profound and sudden impact on many areas of life, leisure, and family. This change also affect the educational process in informal and formal learning environment. Public institutions such as daycare, school, and continuing education provider are stopped on seat teaching and turning to distant learning or closing university completely. And the COVID-19 pandemic has had a major impact on education also to Indonesia. According to Surat Edaran Kemendikbud number 4 of 2020 concerning the implementation of education in emergency of coronavirus disease COVID-19, that all learning activity carried out online and from home. The implementation of both learning is one of the learning model carried out during the pandemic, because the principle of education during the COVID-19 pandemic is to priority the health and safety of student, educator, education staff, family, and society in general. In order to fulfill services education during a pandemic, the application of this bold learning certainly requires the red line of various party, both from the school official and the student themselves. Both learning can be implemented using an internet-based interactive model. For example, by using the WhatsApp, Google, Zoom, and other application. Okay. Uh, in the midst of this pandemic, using courageous learning has an impact on those of us who run it. One, the positive impact is that teacher and student become better able to use learning application. The implementation of learning become more flexible, because it can be done at home and can be done to anywhere. But in addition, this learning, of course, also has a negative impact on those who run it, as it happened, because communication is done without face to face. The internet network is often not smooth, especially in remote area that are difficult to reach and require good technology. And the existence on this both learning process dilemma for those who run, for student, teacher, especially for parents who have to accompany their children to study, especially parents who have more than one child. Not infrequently, many parents who complain and feel burdened will study bulky. Children certainly need help in learning. They have to do various kind of tasks that must be collected in the allot time. Teacher in discourages learning also pose their own dilemma, namely the difficulty of measuring learning because of the difference between one material and another. Sometimes there are assignments among students who do not complete the assignment given by the teacher, even if they have been completed. It's certainly difficult to ascertain whether it is the work of the child, of the work of other, in this case, the parent. And learning to be brave in this midst of this pandemic has its own dilemma. But learning to be brave is one the government effort to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in Indonesia. Courageous learning certainly has positive and negative impact. Teachers, students, and all party involved must be wise in responding to ongoing learning in the midst of this pandemic, so that learning objective can be achieved. And today we will hear opinion and share from our speaker. In this event, we can support each other and share solution with the current state education in Indonesia and in the world. Thank you, and let's grow together.
Thank you. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Mona, on your beautiful speech. So today, it's my honor and pleasure to be with you here again today. And also, I'm Nada Ratkovic, and here with me, like a host, moderator, and organizer, is my Corina Shuidea. Corina?
Thank you, Nada. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. It's a very big pleasure to be host today and to have you with us. Thank you very much to accept our invitation. I can say you all that we are proud about our speakers today because they are from the best teachers from Indonesia. Kudos for you, teachers. Thank you. And let's begin. We will start today with our first guest speaker, and she is no one else than Noor Yanti Aziza. Noor is a manager of IAES Balikpapan, certified TOEFL, I don't know if I pronounce well, instructor by English testing service, ETC USI, certified YELTS instructor by International Development Program, IDP Indonesia, head of activity division of Regional Commission of Guest Kalimantan, HPI Association of Indonesia Translators, member of Federation of Translators, FIT. She is also a vice principal of Kappa PS Primary School of Kappa PS School Foundation, Balikpapan. She is also the founder of GTC, and I am a very proud member of her foundation also, Global Teachers Club, consisting of members from 67 countries. Noor Yanti Aziza will talk us today about igniting life skills in cyberspace during the COVID-19 pandemic in Indonesia from different perspectives. Noor, the stage is yours. Welcome to IIU.
Well, thank you very much, Corina. Yeah, it's really pleasure for me to be here with you, with everybody from different parts of the world. Yeah, we are very honored to be invited for this international event. Would you please allow me to share my PowerPoint, please?
You can share it.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I hope that you can see my presentation.
Yes, it's visible. Okay, Noor, you can start. Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah. As the first person from our team, 6 people from IS Foundation, I would like to introduce ourselves first, yeah, before I'm going to introduce myself. We are the team of International Education Service, or IS Foundation. So what is it? It's a foundation of education that is focusing on testing administration, international test preparation center, the overseas study consultant, and also language training center. So we are separated in having some branches in Indonesia. Yeah, and later you can see the explanation more with the name of the places or the city in our slide. Okay, so that is about IS Foundation. Now, I would like to start with my presentations. Before that, I would like to state my greeting to everybody. Yeah, so it's in the evening, maybe in another place can be in the morning or in the afternoon. Is that right? Yeah. So today I'm going to talk about igniting life skills in cyberspace during the COVID-19 pandemic in Indonesia from different perspectives. Yeah. So in this case, I'm going to talk about the definition of terms. The first is life skills, cyberspace, the COVID-19 pandemic, and Indonesia. Well, like what you have seen here on my PowerPoint, you can see that I tried to present the 12 core life skills that is covering the main things related to the active citizenship, learning, employability, and personal empowerment. And let's relate that with the 21st century skills, focusing on the life skills here at the bottom. So we have flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. So those are the things related to the life skills that we need to practice even though it's COVID-19 pandemic. So the second one, let's talk about cyberspace. Yeah, according to Oxford Dictionary, cyberspace means the notional environment in which communication over computer networks occurs. So the focus is with computer network. And the next, it's about the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic is an ongoing global pandemic of coronavirus disease 2019, and the fatal effect is death. This is why the spread of the virus really changes of the way of people, like the way of our life. And since this is an international conference, I need to explain about Indonesia a little bit. It is a country in Southeast Asia and Oceania between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. It consists of over 17,000 islands, including Sumatra, Java, Sulawesi, and parts of Borneo called Kalimantan, and parts of New Guinea that is called Papua. I am myself is from Kalimantan, specifically in Balikpapan. And later you can listen to our team members are spread from the branches of IS Foundation in different areas. Okay, now what are perspectives that I'm going to talk today for my own presentation is covering international task administrator as one of my role. The second is management as a management team member or even organizer. And I got the real perspective from my own students, who is really outstanding. And the next is the teacher's perspective also from me myself. Let's talk about the first role of myself as the International Task Administrator as a part of IS Foundation in Indonesia, and our service is in Kalimantan and East Asia. For the whole of Indonesia, IS Foundation is serving the international tasks covering IELTS, International English Language Testing Service, in cooperation with IDP or International Development Program, with ETS, with TOEFL ITP, and TOEIC with its master distributor in Indonesia. What happened during pandemic? Before pandemic, we conducted paper-based tests like what you have seen here on the picture. But then at the beginning of the pandemic happens, all the activities of the testing activity stopped. After some times, then through some improvement, then we started to have the digital tasks like what you have seen on the right picture. So that is the change of the platform before with the offline into the online led to the cyberspace. So who learn? It's not only students who are learning, administrators who are responsible for managing the tasks also need to learn about all the systems. So what about the test takers? Of course, then they have to learn. They are learning in two parts. The first, they are learning in a matter of the digital skills, and the second is related to the language skill. Okay, so that is the first role. The second role is I'm very lucky because I can be involved in a management team of the informal institutions in informal education. Informal education like training and testing service like what I have explained before. That is IS, International Education Service Foundation. And then it has headquarters in Jakarta, and the branches are in Balikpapan, Medan, South Tangerang, East Java, Banten, Bogor, and Depok. So what have changed with our life, with the way of our way of life? Now we use more with WhatsApp to cooperate, to communicate, and to coordinate. And then like what we are doing, we use Zoom platform, yeah. So like this example, so we are trying to have meeting to confirm, to prepare something using Zoom applications. And the second here on the right, I'm very happy and I'm very lucky that I am also the member of management team of a formal education. So the management of the school team covering kindergarten, primary school, and secondary school, and the name of the school is National KPS Balikpapan. Now I'm focusing on the activity of the IS, facilitating people with international webinars. They are learning not only in the class, that they can learn also through our activities related to the international webinars. We cooperate with people around the world, from India, Mongolia, from
Sorry, Noor, you are muted. Unmute yourself, please. Noor, can you unmute yourself?
Unmute, Mbak.
Nada, are you there?
Noor, please unmute yourself because we cannot hear
Noor,
you.
please unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. No, you are muted again. But take care how you touch your computer.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, no.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah. So can I start from the beginning of the slide? Yeah.
Okay, sure. Please.
Thank you very much. For our role as the team of IES Foundation, we facilitate people related to the learning that only happens in the classroom. It can be out of the class. So we set up an international webinar with different functions. So the main function actually is to make them think and improve themselves related to the life skills. Like for this, for the webinar, we try to facilitate people, we encourage people to learn language. So they have to know why to learn English is very important to pursue their study until high school, until overseas study. Yeah, and then we encourage students to be successful in public speaking. Yeah, we try to facilitate people from different countries like Mongolia, India. So those are students and they are learning public speaking. And then we also facilitate people with entrepreneurship. So we invite people to share about entrepreneurship. It also happened with students who needs special education, gifted children. We facilitate them to show the ability of the life skill to cook, to play music, and many other things. Another things, we invite athletes, we invite journalists, and also we invite YouTuber or content creator to share the skills of the world. So it will inspire others to learn about the language skills, life skills. Okay, talking about content creator, I'd like to present one of my outstanding students. He is now studying in SMP National KPS. It's the same as secondary school in the first grade. So he's very brilliant, and we see that he has won so many competitions of a video creative during the pandemic, only during the pandemic. And then he became the citizen with the best achievement. And then he has made content of video, around 50 videos, 25 medal of Olympiad nationally for English and science. He became the talent for national and international event held by UNICEF. Yeah, and then the last, he becomes a speaker of the webinars in various events for children. What he has been doing, what he has been learning. The first, during pandemic, he learned a lot about how to make digital poster. Maybe before pandemic, he didn't really focus on that part. And then he's been learning how to make digital game. And next, he's been learning how to learn 3 dimensions modeling. Yeah, because of what he has been doing, he got so many achievements, and then he is lucky to get so many opportunities to meet important people in Indonesia. Until here, he has met the Minister of Education in Indonesia. Okay. Now, what he has been doing also, that is something brilliant that I have to relate with this event to inspire, to motivate, to inspire, to ignite. Yeah, okay. So look, he has made a tool as a max detector. He has been doing the things, yeah, in his age. At the time he was in primary school, he has met, and then he has shown this process. So the max detector actually can be used for a company or maybe a building. So if it is related to automatic door, nobody can have to be there. Nobody has to be in the gate, but the machine or the tool can work. So it's connected with the door to select people who do not wear mask. That's very brilliant. So if you want to know about him, so I already give here the information about him. And this is the social media, Arcana Talk and our Uwu Arcana. Okay, another things that we have been doing related to the school, yeah, related to the school foundation, or KPS. It's also my role, not only an English teacher in the training center, but also at school. So we cover the activity for the students to have a collaboration to improve their life skills related to public speaking, music, and cooking. And this one is related to the collaboration between Indonesia and Mongolia. And the next is our collaborations with India. With India, so students learn about superfood. They know the ingredients of the superfood, the function, they know how to cook, and even they learn about the currency. That maybe it doesn't happen whenever in the normal time before pandemic. They do not even think about the comparison of those things related to culture and life skill. So we are very happy that we can manage and can be the organizer of this event. So like what I'm doing in IS and also for KPS. Yeah, this is another things related to the kindergarten. Even kindergarten students can do a collaboration. You can see these are students from India. They are performing the dance to show to the other students in Indonesia in TKKPS Balikpapan. And here the students are doing the drawing, and then after that it's continued with the sewing and tell activity. Sewing and telling activity. Yeah, another things that we have been doing is joining a collaboration with the students. That's also something related to the IS. Yeah, so he is also the students from KPS who is representing Indonesia to be the singer in the voice of the activity. Yeah, related to e-twinning in Europe. Okay, another perspective is my perspective as a teacher. In my role as a teacher's training and English club, in the training and also in the school. So before pandemic, I did a kind of training like this with so many activities, a partner, having a pay work, having a group work. But then because of pandemic, so I have to try something else to think. And then I try to make an activity online, but I still can do the activity of pay work and also group work. Okay, and then having this kind of activity, I get the students not only from the part of Balikpapan, it can be parts of many cities in Indonesia, Jakarta, Sumatra, and many other things. Another things, my perspective as a teacher. As a teacher, I do not need only focus on my teaching, instead of only also related to the management. So I'm also having an eagerness to improve myself and then to be involved in the teachers development program. That's why I was initiating myself, and then I had a meeting with some friends, and then finally I got Azura from Malaysia and Gonja from Turkey. So we set up with other school teachers, other teachers around the world to set up this kind of a club, global teachers club, that facilitate us in achieving the goals, global recognition, teachers development, and collaboration worldwide in many factors, not only with culture, but related to technology and many other things. So these are the activities of the gatherings, and I'm very happy. For this time, I also meet Corina and Nada, I think, and then many other teachers around the world to share, yeah, to share and to improve together as a teacher. So this is only about mindset. Change and move forward, or fail and return to the first place, but get experience, or just stay and feel safe but left behind. So what I'm doing is now I'm trying to improve myself to be involved in this kind of international conference with all of you here to share, to ask questions, to answer all the issues about the education in Indonesia. So hopefully it's in line with International Internship University to inspire, to invent, and to ignite. That's it as your motto. Okay, so as the member of IS in Foundation and also KPS School, and also as a teacher for all of my students, thank you very much for the opportunity. That's all from me. See you next time. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Noor, on a wonderful lecture. So, as you say, education cannot wait. We need to bring learning to people instead of people to learning. Now, I want to put a short video, but I must get out from this part.
Nada,
Yes.
we don't see the video, we see your calendar of computer.
Okay.
So put down this page and open.
I have a lot of screens
Just
open.
YouTube.
Yes, I will turn. Do you see the now the screen only? Is it okay now?
We don't see, share the screen. We don't see your screen.
Oh, Karina, I share it, but I don't know what it.
You stopped it.
Yes.
Yes, now we can see. Now it's still your calendar there. You must close this page.
I don't have it open. That's the problem. I don't have it open. I will see what's now open. Nothing is open on my desktop. That's the problem. Now, is it okay now?
Let me see. We see your screen now. And
okay.
Insert the video.
Okay. I don't have no calendar open, but okay.
Perfect.
What is education? Books? Classes? Teachers? Schools? No. Education is not that. It's beyond this. Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance. A luxury for the rich. A necessity for the bread earner.
Nada, we can't see
The
the video.
underprivileged. An aspiration
Don't
for
see
the
the
suppressed.
video.
A distant reality for
Your
the
screen,
inaccessible.
your
The primary
desktop, it's there.
objective of education is to impart knowledge.
Just click on Google.
Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate that acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives via necessary training. Education, thus, also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social, and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system can make people easy to lead, but difficult to drive, is either all academic all physical, all virtual, or all costly. Also, it makes easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. We cannot win over the future by sabotaging our present with extreme disparity. IIU takes great pride in saying that we're bridging the gaps in education system. We're not just academicians, but also practically oriented. We're not just limited to virtual classes, but also physical exposure. We do not dig a hole in the pockets of the students and their families. We're everything that traditional education hasn't been. IIU has already implemented and promoting the MOOCs technology. When we talk about MOOCs technology, it stands for Massive, Open, Online Courses. The word massive is to be understood in the sense that 100,000 learners or more at the same time have open and equal opportunities to attend these courses. MOOCs are truly a tremendous technological leap, and what makes them so attractive is that they don't imply any cost to learners. IIU has tied up with more than 100 universities to provide more than 10,000 courses to the students, free of cost, with the help of MOOCs technology. We're a revolution in the making, a wind of change. Education is much more charming and intriguing than the temptations of distractions unnecessary. Our education policymakers must look into the problem to make a better system, which is more practical and provides hands-on learning to the students. Who are we? The International Internship University is a virtual university with state-of-the-art curriculum, real-life industry exposure, amazing student attention, learning-oriented resources, and most of all, a commitment to make the world a better place. Why do we exist? We exist to fulfill the necessity of the bread earner. We exist to help underprivileged achieve their dreams. We exist to fuel aspirations and accessibility. We exist to provide everyone the luxury of being capable of changing the world. We really do exist to ignite young minds and make them the torchbearers of tomorrow. For a better future. For the legacy of everyone who's left us. For the hope of everyone who's yet to come, and for the growth of everyone who walks this beautiful planet. We invite you to join our world-class educational team and platform with an altruistic dedication to creating the future. The change is so big that it would potentially impact millions across the world. Millions of children and youth around the world cannot wait any longer. Please join us in our effort to create the virtual learning generation of IIU.
Yes, so as you see, this was a short presentation about International Internship University, and we welcome you all to join us in our WhatsApp groups, in our website, in our events as well. Nada, over to you.
Thank you, Corina. Now, after we watch the beautiful video about IIU, and I hope that everybody of you is inspired with IIU, and also we wish and want everybody to call and join IIU. Why? Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. That are the words of our Oscar Wilde. IIU is building a better and brighter future for all young learners and committed to provide better and virtual education. The name said that, to all the young learners all on the globe. Now, I'm honored to invite our second speaker from Indonesia. Looking forward to her. What will our next speaker, Setio Rukmi, say to us? What is his message? English teacher, senior high school, Jakarta, Indonesia. Uh, so I call Setio Rukmi to present the work, and the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Nada.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that everyone is in healthy and happy condition. And I'm glad that we are all gathered here from uh, every parts of the world and to share about uh, inspiring things that is related to education. And for this time, I would like to wait. Can I share my screen?
Yes,
Nada?
yes, it's free. Yes, it's free to
Okay.
you. You can share it.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Okay, yeah. Let me introduce myself. My name is Setio Rukmianggorowati. I'm an English teacher at high school, yeah, senior high school in Jakarta. It's the eastern part of Jakarta. Uh, I'm teaching at 62 senior high school, so it's a public school. Okay. So I'm going to talk about high school teachers' perspective on digital learning during COVID-19 pandemic. So I'm going to talk about the teachers' perspective from the formal side. Okay. So well. Okay, so this is the school where I'm working. So this is 62 Senior High School, which is located in the eastern part of Jakarta. And there are like 18 classes here. And so it's about, there are around 216 students in the school. And I'm the one and only English teacher at this school. So can you imagine I'm teaching 18 classes per week? So it's really a hard work for me. Okay, so well, in this opportunity, I would like to share you the survey that I ever did. Well, it's actually a small survey where that I really want to know how the teachers, how the senior high school teachers, especially in eastern part of Jakarta, feel about the pandemic and how it affect their way of teaching. So this is the pie chart that show the high school teachers ICT use before the COVID-19 pandemic in the eastern part of Jakarta. So as you see here, at the upper part, it says tidak, which means no. Tidak is no. And then at the bottom part, it says ya, it means yes. So from this survey, I can see that uh, like more than 80% of high school teachers in eastern part of Jakarta, well, actually digital literate. They know how to make use of ICT for their teaching and learning process before the pandemic. So it means that they were not zero to what it's called as ICT use before the pandemic. So to my surprise, so that most of the teachers, it's like more than 80%, the teachers in the eastern part of Jakarta, they are digital literate. They know how to use the ICT. But then I also asked in the survey that what kind of platforms or what kind of technology that the teacher experienced before the pandemic. Okay, so these are the platforms that the teachers, the high school teachers, already used before the pandemic. So they use the PowerPoint. Most of them use the PowerPoint, and then they have known about the Google Classroom, and they also make use of YouTube. And for the communication, they use the WhatsApp group. So besides this, they also, of course, use the internet, yeah, to search for the materials, and then for to add their knowledge about the teaching techniques and so on. So these are the most used platforms by the high school teachers before the pandemic. So it means that they actually already what is it, familiar with the technology. But then when the in mid March 2020, the government of Indonesia decided to to close the school, and then to give instruction that we have to do the teaching and learning process from home. And although the teachers have already been familiar with some of the technology, but still, when the government asked us to do the teaching process from home, it made us very worried. Not only my friends, my colleagues, but also I myself. I felt worried because we were, well, we were confused. We were confused. What we should do, what we should do to to make the learning process smoothly, and then to make the students comfortable, and whether our what is it, our explanation will be delivered well or not. So that's it's a big worry for us. And then uh, well, after that, I also asked my colleagues, yeah, in the eastern part of Jakarta, what they what did they have to do after the government asked to do the teaching process from home. But here, well, it's written in Bahasa Indonesia, but as you can see here, I will let you notify here the word belajar, 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 which means learn, to learn. Okay, so belajar, 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 and belajar. So it means, despite of the worriness, despite of the feeling of worry, the teachers were eager to learn. It's because of their responsibility. It's because of their feeling of love to the students. So they want to learn. They want to learn more about the about other application, and then they even here uh wait let me wait, sorry. mm, so, wait, I'm sorry, there's something wrong here, sorry. Yeah, Oh yeah, this one. So see, you can also see here that the word belajar, belajar, belajar. So it means that the teachers, despite of the feeling of worry, they still want to give their best and they want to learn. Okay, and then like here, bertanya kepada banyak teman untuk mendukung IT yang kurang. So it means that they really wanted to ask other friends, okay, to teach them because of the lack of ICT, and then they were not hesitate to ask friends like that. So I think it's really a good thing and it's really inspiring, and these teachers should be appreciated because even in the condition of pandemic, they were confused, they were worried, but they want to learn, and it's inspiring. Okay, and next. Okay, this is one of the example of the teaching process. This is taken from my chemistry friend. Yes, she's a chemistry teacher from other school, and here she's using the Jamboard from Google. Okay, so she said that before the pandemic, she didn't know. She never used this Jamboard, and she never used this what is it, the conference, the virtual conference meeting platform. But then while learning, she's also doing. Okay, so learning by doing. So this is one of the example that she learns. She wants to give the best to the students like that. Okay, and then next. Okay, and here I want to share with you some of the certificates, yeah, uh, from several webinars or trainings, yeah, for teachers. So it means that uh, during the pandemic there have been a lot of trainings and webinars for the teachers, and it is an opportunity. It's a good opportunity for the teachers to add their knowledge, to add their competence, and then it's the getting this certificate is a bonus, right? So as we can see here, the first certificate is from the Ministry of Education, and then the certificate from quizzes is from the private sector, and then the from Microsoft, from YouTube, like that. So it means that teachers have had a lot of opportunities to learn, and to what is it, to improve their competence in teaching. Okay, and yeah, and in this opportunity I would like to share with you also that the government of Indonesia, the Ministry of Education, are very committed to support the teachers' competence in teaching during the pandemic. So if you open the website of the Ministry of Education, Guru Belajar dan Berbagi Kemdikbud.go.id, you can see here. You can find Ayo Guru Belajar, Ayo Guru Berbagi. It means that teacher learn, teacher share. So it means that it's from this program, the government wants to give training, to the teachers, so that during the pandemic the teacher not only learn but can not only learn but also share.
Setio, sorry, you are muted because I guess Nada wanted to mute someone. You can unmute yourself, please.
Yeah. So here I want to share with you that the government are very pleased to make useful programs for the teachers, so that during the pandemic teachers can improve their teaching competence. Then okay, and this one is also the this one is the one of the trainings that was held by the government, by the Ministry of Education for teachers, and it was held in April to July to 2020. So it means that we like a month after we had to teach from home, the government made this training, and as you can see here, like more than 150,000 teachers participated in this opportunity. So it means that from the western part to the eastern part of Indonesia, all teachers were eager to learn, and it's really massive, right? And this is the first level. And then actually there are 4 levels for this pembatik. We call it pembatik. It means that ICT based learning, pembelajaran berbasis TIK. So it means that ICT based learning. Okay, so because during the pandemic, the school in Indonesia, especially in Jakarta, it is done online, full online. So that's why we have to, like, what is it? We have to feed ourselves with a lot of ICT, our knowledge, to add our knowledge about ICT. Then yes, and this one is also about the ICT based learning. I'm sorry, this is in Bahasa Indonesia, but it is taken from the website of the Ministry of Education, which actually in this paragraph, it states that the government has effort to improve the knowledge and the competence of teachers in Indonesia in the use of ICT, especially during the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. And this is the one that I showed you before in the previous slide. It was done into 2020, and then now in the 2021, the government also held the same program for the next batch. So it means another what is it? Was 100,000 teachers will also participate in this program. And so it means that as teachers, we despite the condition, and then despite the worriness that we feel, we still want to learn, and we really appreciate that the government also support us, and it's a big thing for us. And yeah, so I also asked the teachers. So uh, during the pandemic, they have added a lot of platforms for their teaching and learning process. From there are many more actually than this one that I showed you. From Padlet, Edmodo, can Master, Microsoft 365 and so on. And so it means that the pandemic doesn't make the teacher down. The pandemic has made the teacher more creative, innovative, and more digital literate. Okay, and then and one of the question that I asked to my colleague in the survey is whether they want to use the platform or the technology they had done in the pandemic if it's over, when the school is open. Do they want to make use the ICT? And 100% sure that they will use ICT even after the pandemic is over. So it means that we can see that there are a lot of positive things. So it's like blessing in disguise, actually. Although it's pandemic, but we can still learn. We can still what is it? Share with other teachers and uh, uh, ask questions, and then they give explanations. So we got more knowledge during this pandemic, and it's the positive thing. And I think it's very inspiring. And oh, we think that it's a blessing in disguise. So that's it from my presentation. I hope that it's understandable, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Setio Rukmi Setios or Setio, I think so.
Setio.
Thank you very much. I saw a comment from Irene Bibe from Albania, and she said in Albania is the same problem, and I believe in all countries across the world we have to face the same problems as you faced there. But as you know, and as you all know, teachers are innovative. So we are teachers. We never give up. So congratulations for your wonderful presentation. Thank you very much, my
You're
dear.
welcome.
And before to invite with us the next speaker, I want to remind you that at the end of the session, there will be attendance form. Don't miss it. Please fill it in order to receive your certificate. So let's go on and invite another wonderful teacher from Indonesia. And she is Dini Aidil. She is an ESL instructor, IAS Jakarta, Indonesia. Dini will speak with us today about Educator's perspective on private class in Jakarta. Dini, welcome to IAU. The stage is yours.
Hi, good evening, everyone from Jakarta. This is my first time attending this event, and thank you very much for inviting us from Indonesia, and thank you, Corina, for introducing me. So I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dini Aidil. Unlike my colleague Setio Rukmi, I don't teach I don't teach at formal school. I teach a private class at IES Jakarta. So on this occasion, I would like to share my perspective or my experience during the pandemic with which impact the private class. Okay, I'm going to share my pointers. It's not a slide, it's just pointers. So it guides me to talk through. Okay.
It's very good. We must see another perspective as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, now how do I get to the next slide? Okay, sorry. Okay, so there you go. So on this occasion, in this evening, I would like to talk about 5 points, regarding the private classes, which is line of activity, activity prior to COVID, activity during COVID, the challenges, and the future plan. So why is it private class? A lot of Indonesian students actually they feel comfortable if they're learning privately, meaning they only one-on-one with the teachers. Some of them they feel uncomfortable if they have to be in a big group, especially for classes like speaking and writing, because some of them sometimes they're shy to ask questions. So if only them and the teacher, so they're more free to ask questions. Yeah, and for me it's easier to get them through because I only have one student in the classroom. Unlike Setio with me, we have like I don't know maybe 30 to 40 students in the classroom. Okay, the private class that I teach mostly is test preparation, which is IELTS or TOEFL preparation, and business English. The student profile for the test preparation, most of the students, they are high schoolers seeking for TOEFL score to continue their study at the university level, or college student to continue their study at graduate level. And
Hello, Dini. Unmute yourself.
okay, sorry. Okay, do I have to repeat? Okay, I repeat a little
I'm
bit, yeah?
sorry. I will ask everybody to keep the mic close because let's have respect for our speaker, please. Sorry, Dini, you may
Okay,
continue.
that's okay. Okay, so I would like to explain the profile of my students. Those who are taking test preparation, they are usually high schoolers seeking for university degree for the score of IELTS or a TOEFL, or college students seeking for graduate study abroad. And business English, the students are usually professional. They are looking to improve their English, especially in speaking and writing. So, before COVID, prior to COVID, what happened with this private class? We have number of participants or number of students that we can schedule in a day is 3 to 4 students. And it runs from Monday to Friday and some Saturdays. And we also have a fixed scheduling, fixed schedule, which is we schedule them, according to their time. And of course, we have close contact because it's only me and the student. In this small class, there is private means one-on-one, and it's semi-private, which means 2 or 3 students in the classroom. Then what happened when COVID came? Of course, we have decreasing number of students. I think this is due to the government regulation that prohibited us to have a class in public. Yeah, so the student cannot come to our center, and the number of students decreased like about 50%. So we only have 1 or 2 students a day, and this is not every day, so it might be like 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah, and then the schedule is become a free schedule because we cannot really schedule these students according to what we want. we have to follow their schedule since they're also taking online classes from their formal education. And so the class can be in the morning or in the evening. It depends on what are their free time. Limited contact because I can only see them through Zoom, yeah, by the computer, of course. So no live contact, no physical contact. Yeah. This is what some students it's bothering because some students they would like to sit in the classroom and they would like to really see me and then see the teacher and then do the activity with the teacher in the classroom. So with this limited contact, the student kind of demotivated a little bit. And then most classes are private, so it means one-on-one because it's they don't want to have other people in the class with Zoom because it will limit their time. So what is the challenges that I face? Yeah? The challenges that I face is the declining of student interest. This is understandable since they get tired of learning online all day long. But on the other side, they need to take extra class to improve the score to enter the university. So they kind of being forced a little bit to take the class. Yeah, I can see it that when I open the Zoom, and I start the class, and some of them look very tired, look a bit boring, yeah. But I cannot do anything about it. But I just have to motivate them to learn. Okay, and they also have a laid-back attitude. It is a very different. Before COVID, they come to our center. Yeah, they're very energetic, enthusiastic. But when they learn at home, again, maybe this is because they've been learning online from the morning or until afternoon, and after that they have to online again. Yeah, so there's no fun for them, I guess. So the layback attitude. Like the morning class students, I can see some of them sometimes are still in their pajamas. And I can see that they also having breakfast while they're taking class. Well, I cannot see them eating, but they kind of like angle their camera, so I don't see the food scattering the desk, but I can see that they're eating. Yeah, so it's a very laid back attitude. Yeah, so they don't really have a formal student in a classroom attitude. And again, the schedule is free. Some student they keep changing schedule because of the burden of the formal homework, education homework. Yeah, so they keep calling and changing schedule and saying that, oh, we have 3 hours Zoom or 3 hour online program this morning, so we are tired, they cannot really take your class, can be scheduled, blah blah blah. Yeah, but we have to accommodate them. So what are we going to do in the future, yeah, with all of this? The online class, even though there are some challenges, that we feel there's also some benefits. Jakarta is a very hectic city. Transportation, traffic jam become like daily fact. Yeah, everybody's go from one place to another place takes a lot of time. So I think we are going to still continue to have online classes because this will save times for our students to go back and forth. But in order to control the progress of learning, we still need them to meet us. So we still want to have offline. So probably they will have like one or two offline class, and the rest will be online class. Yeah, and then what is it for the online class that we need? We need to have more interactive class. As I say, sometimes they get demotivated because they cannot come to the class. Interactive class is very easy for business English because there's a lot of sources like video, movies, but it will be a challenge for test preparation class because usually students come and they do a lot of exercises, and then they ask questions if they don't understand, or I explain the theory. before they do the exercises. So that will be the challenge that we're going to have for interactive class. Then it leads to finding more sources for the interactive class. So I hope after this session, people will share with us.
Dini, unmute yourself, please. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay, disturbing. I really hope that from this event, yeah, I could get some insight or some information, yeah, about the interactive classes, especially for test preparation. Yeah. I think that's okay. Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Yeah. And nice to see you all. So I hope I can join your next program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dini. Was really a very, very nice presentation. And you know what? I noticed that we can learn a lot from each other. Maybe you are using some platforms, I am using another platforms, you are using some methods, I am using another methods. So it's very nice that we can share with each other. Thank you for such a good and very nice presentation. Nada, over to you. Unmute yourself, please.
Now, I want to invite our new excellent speaker, Reni Dian Octaviani, lecturer from Faculty of Management and Business, Trisakti Institute of Transportation and Logistics, Jakarta, Indonesia. Reni is the head of marketing at the same institute and teacher in Jakarta. Reni Dian Octaviani, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Nada.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening from Indonesia, everybody. My name is Reni, and I'm a working mom. From the previous speakers, you have heard about how is it the situation during COVID in elementary school, in high school, and in private schools and courses. Now, it's nice to be here to share from the parents' perspective. When COVID-19 started to spread up and the government began to lock down and workers are to work from home, and one of the the policy in my office is we also need to work from home also. And you know how I felt when the office announced it? I feel like, wow, it was great. Because, I thought that I wouldn't need to travel a lot and spend time from home back and forth, because it takes like 1 hour to get to the office. So more or less, I spent 3 hours on the way to back and forth from home to office and back again. And I also felt that I think I'm going to enjoy it, because, I can spend my time with the kids while working, and then I can enjoy my morning coffee or tea that I couldn't have because I was rushed to go to the office. And things that really nice that I think everybody probably would think the same at the time. And then on the first few days, I was like, oh no, Oh, no, 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 no. Something like that, you know? It wasn't
No,
like,
no problem, Renee.
it
No
was like,
problem.
yeah,
No
thank you.
panic.
It was like,
Just go back where you stopped. Nothing is happening.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
like, it feels like disaster began. So I'm going to show you some pictures like this. So I can see that there are some parents here. I believe.
Yes, of course, no problem.
Ladies, do you agree with the picture? Do you familiar
We love
with
the pictures.
situation? The father working with such condition. And you should see how the moms, here they are. Moms, are you okay with this picture? I mean, do you agree with this? Does it look familiar with you? Doing Zoom meeting while your kids holding your legs, asking something. Sometimes you want to find a place to, a comfort place for you to be focused on your work, but still the kids nagging, asking things many times that make you couldn't work properly. And sometimes you want to hide somewhere, but is it possible? No, it's impossible because they can find you. Everywhere you hide, the kids will find you. So at least there are things that I experience, and probably the same with other parents in this world. And in this occasion also, I would like to share what actually happens at home, especially in Jakarta when the kids studying. Before we have watched about how the kids lack of motivation from Miss Dini, and also how the teachers try to make the study meaningful and cheerful and fun. But the fact is, according to the data, 85% students dislike studying at home. Ms. Dini also have mentioned some of the reasons, and 40% students lost motivation in learning. And what is this 27.5%? It's number of moms who have kids doing the exams. Can you believe it? And then moms also have the kids do the task or homework. It happens for some reasons. And we cannot, sometimes we cannot just do anything about it. Sometimes, like I experienced, because if I don't have my kids to do the homework, she wouldn't do it. My youngest kid is only 8 years old. Can you imagine? I have to let her sit for 5 minutes. It's very hard to make her sit still, just focus on the lesson, on the teacher. Wow, it's very hard. Meanwhile, I have to do my task, my own assignment from my boss. So it's quite tough. So the next data I will show you about what happens to parents, especially mom. 96% shows that mom's whole household work is increasing, because when they are at home, the kids will feel that, oh, my mom is here, so I can do anything. So they would just do like it's at the weekend, you know. And then the effect is that 74% of the moms is stressful, and the survey shows that father is less stressful than mom. I think we know why. I don't have to tell. And because of that situation where the parents are stressful and tired, they're tired with the work at home and also with the work that they must do at home. So it increased the cases of children abuse, both verbally or orally. It's so sad and bad.
Unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, it's saddened that that's what happened here. But then, as the time goes by, when the people are getting to get used to the situation, things are getting better. And we also, what is it? There are some survey telling us that how to, I want to show you also, because of the situation, there are some, what is it, programs or advices or things that make us learn, the parents learn how to make it better for the kids and for themselves. And based on the research I collect, things here are the things that parents can do with the kids. First, they need to have a deep talk with the kids. They have to tell the kids that they are studying and the mom is working, and they have to, you know, yeah, study like they were at school, and then make a daily schedule, find a comfort place to study, make some fun activities, create the conducive learning atmosphere, control the gadget usage. This is very important one, because when mom's working, usually they just, to make the kids silent, they just give the kids a gadget, which is not very good. And the most important thing is being disciplined. Here are some tips that are very useful to handle our kids when they study from home. And what about the moms? What should the mom do to less their stress? First, they can do their hobbies in their free time, like cooking, gardening, sport, and other things. And this one exciting. Online shopping is always make you happy, but not your wallet, yeah. And then some people also doing religious activities and watching K-drama. Actually, watching K-drama is included in the hobbies. I just want to mention it here because it is one of my hobbies. Okay, and the other thing is we can share job with the spouse, and then manage the time, making peace with the situation, and maintaining good communication with family members. So after we have experienced few months, even years with the situation, and doing these steps, there are a new trend happens, that is 74.2% parents are less stressful lately, because they get used to everything, and the kids also get used to the study and everything. But 65% kids are addicted to gadget. It is another problem, but it's not for me to discuss here. Maybe IIU can conduct something webinar like this with kids addicted to gadget. So I'm going to finish my presentation by showing you very famous, lately very famous quotation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all not in the same boat, but we are all in the same storm. Hopefully the storm will be over soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Rani, on your wonderful presentation. You must see in the chat many questions, many things, and also for all Indonesia teachers, our participants are asking the presentation. So if you will share with them, you can put it in the chat. Now I would want to gather with you to watch one video. Please mute yourself.
Syed, Danish, please mute yourself.
Syed!
And all of you, because have respect for our speakers. I guess you leave your let your mobile somewhere.
I please beg everybody to mute yourself.
Feedback form will be there, but after our speakers will be done with the presentation. Sorry, I can't post the feedback form now.
Corina, what you see on the screen now?
Your desktop. I can see your
okay,
desktop.
Okay.
Do you think you are an expert in your field, but don't have time to pursue a full-time doctorate or PhD to showcase your expertise on papers? Welcome to IIU. IIU is one of the fastest-growing universities in the world, building a better and brighter future for people all around the world. We have spread across 195 countries, 6 regions, and over 195 virtual admission centers around the world. IIU is united in our commitment to provide better education to the students around the world. Together we strive to combat illiteracy and provide education to all, irrespective of which background one comes from. IIU has tie-ups with major universities all over the world for providing various courses and doctorates. We feel proud and happy to share that IIU has reached every continent of the world with the purpose to provide higher education free of cost, with the help of virtual education. Now we are waiting for you to volunteer to spread the education. Piyush Pandit believes that the education in the world should be given free irrespective of any university. Who are eligible to receive honorary doctorate? Personnel with outstanding career and potentials along with professionalism and special contribution at state, national, or international level in the society, upon the educational, scientific works, cultural, and peace activities or any other humanitarian activities deserves an honorary degree. We have all the subjects available here. You too may qualify for the highest degree available on this planet, as well as publication of your idea or research paper with World Education Organization. We invite applications for honorary doctorate from experienced personnel in various disciplines who have rich experience in their respective field. Also, selective procedure followed by International Internship University. If you meet the requirements, please send all documents mentioned below to the email address hr@theiuniversity.com. Nominations are open for upcoming honorary doctorate programs. On July 27, 2021, in Delhi, India. On October 27, 2021, Bali, Indonesia. On December 27, 2021, Kathmandu, Nepal.
Yes, so if you want to involve, you can call us. We are here for you, for your information. So you are welcome to IIU. Let's move on and let's invite now with us another speaker. Because this time we have a man. His name is Abdul Haris. I hope I pronounce well his name. He is a language assessment and development facilitator for the International Scholarship Awards of LPDP and MORA, the Republic of Indonesia, government officials, in-service teachers, lecturers, and other professionals. He is also TEP lead consultant of the PPIM UNDP's Conway product knowledge. He is also program and academic development manager at IAS Jakarta, Indonesia. Our speaker today, Abdul Haris, will share us some knowledge about sparking students' offline learning spirit back to live streaming during the COVID-19 pandemic, another story from Indonesia. The stage is yours, Mr. Abdul. You are most welcome. Nada, stop sharing the screen.
Okay, yes.
Are you with us? Yes.
Right,
I can see.
so, okay, the first thing that I have got to make sure is, what about the clarity of my voice? Is it clear enough?
It's okay.
Yes, clear.
It's okay or clear enough?
Very clear.
It's very clear, crystal clear. All right, so just trying to make sure that everyone can really enjoy our presentation. Okay, so the first thing is, I'd love to thank you, the honorable moderators and organizers, Mrs. Corina and International Ambassador of IIUA. We say Bunasera.
Oh, Bunasera, yes, Bunasera.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, all right. And
Super.
also Mrs. Nada, the administrative member and the country director from Croatia. Is it correct if I said Zdravo?
Bravo.
Good evening. Okay.
Yes, I adore to hear hey, Zdravo.
Zdravo. All right.
Yes, it's full correct.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I really love to learn, language from many nations, as we are now global community. English no longer belongs to what do you call that? American people or something like this belong to us, the global community. All right. So, and also the distinguished speakers from Indonesia. Selamat malam semuanya. Okay, and the other participants from Indonesia. And
Selamat
all the
malam.
webinar participants, okay, I can see that there are many coming from India. Namaste. Okay, Australia. Okay, good day,
I
mate.
think that this deserves a big applause from everybody.
Yes.
All right.
Bravo.
Okay, and I also heard that some of you coming from Australia, from the United States of America. Okay, good day, mates. I used to what do you call that? I used to study in Melbourne. Okay, in America. How's it going? Okay, and hello, our friends from other nations watching this webinar. My apologies that I cannot read all the around 50 participating nations. Okay. Individually, as my 15-minute time allocation shall be over just for greetings. Okay.
So,
right.
if you want to talk more than 15 minutes, it's not a problem.
Okay, but I'm afraid that for some viewers, it's not okay. Okay. All right. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, again, I'd love to thank you for this great opportunity. Here, I'm not going to speak as an education expert. Okay, I'm just an education lover, not an expert at all. All right, so as a matter of fact, 99% of the world population are probably not education experts. But I believe that 100% of the world community realize that the education has humongous power to open 1 million doors of great possibilities and new friends. Even Nelson Mandela, okay, probably some of you coming from South Africa, okay, said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Right. So that's why I'm really happy to know that the IIU, the IIU three I's concept, as you can all see in its digital banner or brochure, inspiring, inventing, and igniting young minds. That's great. That's amazing concept. Nevertheless, I believe that such global academic interactions among us from this sort of activity will not only result in fantastic ideas to help shape a brighter future for children all over the world, especially the less privileged ones, by equipping them with social and life skills, but also for us and all fellows engaging in such insightful webinar, because this activity, this type of activity, can also ignite our own minds to always stay fit and young. Okay, I can see that not many teenagers here. Okay, so we're not only talking about igniting young minds. What we are doing right now could also ignite our own minds, yeah, to always stay fit and young. Keep making a lot of discussion, insightful discussions. Okay, like this will be very awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my topic is about sparking students' offline learning spirit. The learning spirit that they only have when they are doing it on offline. Okay, now we'd love to spark those learning spirit back to the live streaming during the COVID-19 pandemic. Another story. Okay, this is just another story from Indonesia. I live in Tangerang, South Tangerang. So I'm gonna start with the what do you call that, a little bit background. That year 2020 was an extraordinary year in our history, with the COVID-19 pandemic affecting every sector across the world. The health and the socio-economic crisis undermined the country's progress towards development and caused mistrust and division. I believe all of you agree with this. Now, COVID-19 has entered its second year since the Indonesian government first confirmed cases of COVID-19 on March 2020. At that time, President Jokowi, okay, that's our president now, our current president, announced that 2 Indonesians has tested positive for the coronavirus. Okay, just as in many countries around the world, Indonesia also experiences many typical challenges in the education area due to the pandemic, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, where many educational policies related to the pandemic must be quickly released and implemented, so by trial and error. So there were actually many obstacles teaching in a pandemic that we faced at the beginning of the policy implementation in these institutions, where I teach especially. However, due to the limited given time, I will just focus on sharing to 1 or 2 problems, okay? The fighting learning spirit of students, and probably up to 4 things that I did or we did to restore their spirit after the sudden shift to distance learning. 1, motivation, and then energetic delivery, interactive assessment, and comedy. Since I'm talking about energetic delivery, I've got to demonstrate the energetic delivery, how energetic delivery is. Okay, I will provide also a short demonstration later, okay, instead of theories, okay, because probably need 1 semester to deliver all the theories. Okay, but if I just got enough time, I will give a short demonstration about how to implement this pedagogical approach to bring the spirit back of our students. Okay, I'm going to give that for a clearer picture to what is pedagogical approach. Okay, the backstory. This story begins when I taught a class for international scholarship awardees of the PDP at Mora. Okay, those students are coming from all over Indonesia. Okay, they got the scholarship from our government. Okay, to study all over the world, find the best universities in the world. Okay, to get back, to come back and build our country. And Mora is only for the doctoral when I was teaching. So the participants are professionals with a variety of knowledge and skills, ranging from employees, researchers, lecturers, heads of education institutions, government officials, and entrepreneurs. After the full-time policy was issued, about 90% of participants pursued return to their hometown for the lockdown policy. It was implemented because they hail from all provinces in Indonesia. Okay, so they came to Jakarta. Okay, following that program that I taught at the moment. Okay, but after the release of the emergency situation, they hurried back to their hometown before the lockdown policy. So talking about the challenges, what is the challenge? After several months undergoing the teaching and learning process from home, many of them complained as to their lack of enthusiasm and hope to return to the offline classes for a more exciting learning process. Not long ago, several times, I was also visited to a vocational school to motivate thousands of students, because not a few, but a few of them have decided to quit school and choose to work. Some of the problems I have observed is the decline of enthusiasm for learning. They feel alone. Okay, they don't feel that they have friends. They feel alone at home, and even decide to quit school and finish the program. Quit the school. They don't want to finish the program. Sometimes they use the pandemic as one of the main alibis to justify the decision. In addition, I was also asked to provide interesting techniques, teaching techniques to senior teachers to make their conventional delivery more exciting. So what did I do? What we did, me and the team. There have been many challenges and efforts that we have done since the beginning of the pandemic to adapt to these circumstances. However, due to the time constraint, I will raise one issue and probably share some of the approaches I've taken to deal with the problem. Okay, the other speakers are here with different demographic areas and contexts can add and complement each other. We have different issues, we have different stories. One of the things that I've done to restore the enthusiasm of students to learn is to provide motivation. No matter, because we know that no matter how good their activities, how interesting the activities that we give, the teaching methods that we have, but if they are down, they will not be able to digest even the material. They cannot absorb it. They got a problem. So therefore, motivation really needs to be given at the beginning. Okay, so that when their mindset is open again, they will be motivated and inspired to return to the spirit of completing the learning mission. Okay, learning with a smile, the positive aura will make the learning process much easier. Oh, wait, yes. I want to what do you call that? I'll show you the some of the captures that I had when I teach to our students. Look at their smiles later. You can see their smile, their enthusiasm, their spirits. Even if this, I always say that are not a fast learner, have to explain to us like more than 100 times.
Mr. Forrest,
yes.
Please, I will, just a second, I will mute all. There is big microphone.
Okay.
Then you will unmute yourself, please. Okay, you can continue. Unmute yourself.
All right, where were we? So, okay, since when I was talking, I kept talking and it's been muted. Okay, so again, okay, let's just jump to the things that I did or my friends did as well. So one of the things that I've done to restore the enthusiasm of students to learn is to provide motivation, of course. As I thought, I think I told this already, but I said this already, but I have no idea whether did you manage to listen to this. So no matter how good their activities, no matter how interesting our activities that we give to the students, no matter how amazing the teaching methods we use, but if our students are not in a good mood, our students are losing their spirits, they cannot absorb anything from us. Okay, we have got to touch the problem, the issues first. Okay, but I'm not gonna tell you, of course, here, because there have been a lot of motivations that we have given. I will just go directly later to the pedagogical approach that we usually practice. So hopefully all those problems, I mean, and the solution, okay, could be what you call it, complement by all the speakers here. All right, so one of the things that I've done to restore the enthusiasm is motivation, okay? So it's very important to open our students' mindset. Okay, some of the students feel that I've got to quit, okay, from the school. I don't have any more passion. The school is boring. The online program is boring. Okay, nothing I can get from this program. I will just, okay, I don't think, and besides, we don't know when the pandemic will stop. Okay, what I know is my parents need me to support our economy. Yes, they quit the school. So I came to the school. Okay, was invited to the school, meeting them in person. Okay, when we had new normal. Okay, when we had new normal. Okay, we use what you call that, very strict protocols, of course. Okay, motivating them, giving them insights, giving them ideas what will they be able to do in the future by completing their study, having more skills, social, soft skills, hard skills. I also told them about some examples from their seniors, like a few years above them, coming from the same school, but they managed to just more than survive. They got scholarship to study abroad. I just told them, you know why? Because they learn, they learn very well. They keep improving their English too. They learn many soft skills. So when the opportunity comes, they get it. No matter how hard you work, how much is the salary? Okay, in Indonesia, probably only can get like 3 million rupiahs per month. Okay, and how many months do you need? You can save, okay, in 10 years. After you also use it for family needs. Okay, I told them, like, I ask the question, I give them the ideas, but with their senior skills, they finally managed to get scholarship. And you know how much money that the government gives to them when they give this scholarship? In many countries, in Australia, in some European countries, Eastern countries, and some countries, at least for the master's degree, they at least need like 2 billion rupees. For doctoral program, almost 4 billion rupees. The question is, by earning 3 million rupees a month, how many months you have got to work very hard, okay, to get to get the opportunity to pursue your study overseas. So you just need to study seriously for 1, 2, 3 years, and then you directly can get those billions of rupees. So inspiring ideas. So after they hear that, they are motivated. I show them the pictures of their seniors that managed to get a scholarship. They are so inspired. They were flaming. All right, sir, let's start now. Let's study.
Please just, Mr. Chinedu Okoro, mute yourself. Chinedu Okoro.
Okay.
Unmute yourself, Haris. Sorry. Sorry for this. Unmute yourself now.
Okay. Okay, I just got muted again. Okay. All right, let's continue. So again, so after they are highly motivated what do you call it, to study, to finish their programs. Now the second thing, the second step that we also did, in addition to giving interesting online activities or assignments, teachers must be able to channel greater energy when having online meetings. Now, can you imagine that I'm just like hypnotizing you? Okay, I'm trying to transfer my energy to you, to all of you. Okay, so teachers one more time must be able to channel their great energy with having online meetings. Speak with more power, enthusiastic, with fun. Okay, you know what? On TikTok and other social medias like Instagram, for example, a good painting, a very, very good painting, very artistic painting, can only get few likes from the netizens. But a cute pig scribble, like just a cute one, a funny pig scribble, okay, can get even way more likes from the viewers. You know why? Once again, because this is our human basic instincts. Basically, humans prefer entertainment and comedy, especially in the pandemic. Okay, we don't want to to watch something serious to stay happy. So we love something funny, something comedy, something that can entertain ourselves. So as a teacher, if you also can do the same thing, making all the students think that, oh, we are going to have fun with the teacher, the classroom will be different. The classroom will be totally different. So delivered energetically and with a positive aura. All right. I will just give a brief demonstration so that you can get a comprehensive picture of this delivery technique for adult classes. I teach adult classes. Okay, master's degree and doctoral programs. Okay, so I will just use a simple English structure material, which will be delivered using drilling methods, constant interactive assessments, and some jokes, of course, adult jokes. Okay, so okay, I will just share this. Can I share the screen? All right.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay. Can you also see what I'm displaying right now on the screen? Okay,
yes,
great.
see.
This is just an example. Okay, my doctoral classroom. Okay, look at their smiles. Look at the positiveness. Okay, they're coming from all of the provinces in Indonesia, and some of them are from Eastern countries. Some of you speak Arabic. Speak Arabic as well. كيف الطرق؟ عيش الأخبار؟ تمام؟
I guess some of our attenders speak Arabic.
Yeah, any language is very important. Any international language is very important. أفتكر أن اللغة العربية هي اللغة المهمة. فبناء على ذلك لابد أن نسيطر عليها أليس كذلك؟ Alright.
نعم نعم صحيح.
صحيح. Oh, ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. شكرا. Alright. Now let's continue. So look at this again at the face of their smiles. Okay, now we finally did it online. Okay, but I've got to make sure that they have the same spirit, even if we were doing it online. The same energy that we have in the offline classroom. Okay, look at this smiles. Look at the yeah. Okay, so even one of them like looks very depressed. Okay, but that's fine. Okay, we try to transfer all the energy. Okay, look at the smiles. They're laughing, and you know what? Okay, this is what I did. Okay, when I what do you call that? Delivered the material. Okay, so let's say okay, for example. Okay, let's just get back to this one first. Okay. Okay. How to stop this? Lost the okay. Wait. All right, that's fine. Okay. I lost some buttons there. Okay, for example, actually, I'd love you to participate so you can get a clear picture how this pedagogical approach may work. Okay. For example, when you teach subject-verb agreement, okay, first, okay, you explain about the theory, you explain about this the concept of the subject-verb agreement. Okay, and then you go to the example, making sure that they understand the concept along with the example. And then you go to the practice, you give some drills. Okay, make sure that they really can grasp all the ideas perfectly. Then, making examples, another type of assessment, interactive. So keep talking to them, keep talking to them. Okay, in subject-verb agreement, now I'm playing with you. Okay, I'm gonna play with you. Okay, all of you. Okay, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna make a sentence, a full, complete sentence that consists of subject and predicate. Try to see whether this sentence is correct or incorrect. Donald Trump and Joe Biden is ready to become the president of the United States of America. Is that correct sentence?
No.
No, no.
No,
Which
no,
one is,
no,
why do you say it's
Edison.
incorrect?
No.
They are going to
They
be.
are.
They are going, okay, Donald Trump and Joe Biden are. Okay, but since I'm teaching doctoral students too, okay, most of them are very, very philosophical. They disagree. They disagree. No, nothing wrong with the predicate. Yeah, nothing wrong with the predicate. The predicate is correct. We just need to eliminate Donald Trump. That's it.
Bravo, bravo.
So the subject will agree with the predicate. Joe Biden is ready. Okay, so nothing wrong with that. So this is something very Donald Trump, if you're watching this, it's just a joke. Okay, I don't mean to hurt anyone. Okay, in this world. All right. So like a stand-up comedy. Okay, I believe that you've been familiar with a stand-up comedy. Like a stand-up comedy, the directions of the subject-verb agreement are just the setup. The sample sentences are just the bits. And deleting Donald Trump in the sentence is the punchline. You know, okay, it's easier for them to remember. And you know what? The fact is, from all the materials of this subject, the only thing that they remember is this sentence. Okay, we at least need to make sure that, because they will always need to remember something interesting. Okay, that's why. If you ask your husband, for example, when is my birthday? If he cannot tell you your birthday, the date of your birthday, okay, probably it is not something interesting. So if you can just make something interesting, okay, they will be able to remember those things. Next, for example, in this case, what I'm displaying right now here, be careful of a positive. Another example, the second one. Okay, first, we are explaining the things. We are explaining the concept. A positive can cause confusion in the structure section, okay? Because a positive can be mistaken for the subject of a sentence. And a positive is a noun that comes before and after another noun and has the same meaning. Okay, now let's play again. Let's play again. Listen to me. I'm explaining to you. This simple one. Okay, I will start with the setup. The setup is the explanation of the direction. Okay, now we are learning about the apostrophe. Okay, you have got to be careful with the apostrophe because you may not be able to identify which one is the subject, which one is just the apostrophe. Okay, so apostrophe is only a noun. Okay, it comes before and after another noun and has the same meaning. Okay, here in this example, you can read Sally, comma, the best student in the class, comma, got an A on the exam. The question is, which one is the subject?
Sally.
Which one is the subject? Sally or the student?
Sally. Sally. Mm.
Sally or
Because
the student?
Sally.
Yes. Sally. Why?
Because the student, it's what we know about Sally, that she or he is a student.
Okay, if Sally is the subject, student is the apostrophe. Say it one more time, apostrophe. Apostrophe. Okay, so the question is why the student cannot become the subject in this sentence?
Anybody can be a student.
Because of the Sally. Because there is
No,
Sally.
because there is a comma there. Here, there's a comma.
Yes.
Sally,
yes.
comma, the best student in the class, got an A on the exam. Okay, I'm making it bigger for you. Okay, Sally, the best student in the class, comma, got an exam. Why we cannot see student as the subject in the sentence? Because there is a comma after the class. The question, okay, for example, we've got Mr. Charles here. Mr. Charles, hello, Mr. Charles. Okay, you can unmute yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Professor.
How are you? It's a pleasure meeting you here.
Okay, amazing, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's play, Professor. So when do you think this is correct? Okay, I'm going to make a sentence. Charles, okay, Professor Charles, comma. Professor Charles, comma, is joining this webinar. Where, okay, which one is the subject?
Charles.
Professor Charles is the subject. That's Charles is the subject.
Okay. Professor Charles, comma, is joining this seminar.
Yes.
Where's the subject? No subject. No subject, because there's a comma.
Okay, okay, you're right. You're right, there's a comma.
Okay,
it's true.
There's a comma. Okay, we are talking about academic writing in English. Charles, Professor Charles, comma, is joining this webinar. No subject. That's wrong. So we just, okay, we simply need to eliminate the comma, and then Professor Charles could become the subject of the sentence.
Exactly, exactly.
Exactly. All right.
Exactly. You're right.
So, thank you, Professor Charles. Okay, this is what I mean by a constant interactive. Okay, a constant interactive pedagogy. Okay, you keep making all the assessments interactive, very live. Keep going with questions, okay, and help them. Okay, right. Okay. Now, let's play another one. Now you have already got the idea about the positive, right? Okay, Sally, comma, the best student in the class, comma, got an A on the exam. Okay, since we've got a comma here, okay, so the subject is Sally, student is the apostrophe. But if we eliminate the comma here after the class, okay, Sally, comma, okay, now listen again and try to guess which one is the subject. Sally, comma, the best student in the class, without comma, got an A on the exam. Which one is the subject?
Sally.
Sally?
Sally.
Let's do it again. Concentrate. Sally, comma, the best student in the class, no comma, got an A on the exam. Which one is the subject?
Best student.
Best student.
The best student.
The best student. The student is the
yes.
subject.
The
So the
student.
subject is not about names. Subject is not about names, but we determine the subject based on the position, not because of its name. We always say that it is a subject. So let's do it again. Now
Good
let's
one.
use is Professor Charles. Professor Charles, the president of. Hey, where are you from, Professor? From
Nigeria.
From Nigeria. Nigeria.
Nigeria. Long life Nigeria. All right.
Long life Nigeria.
Long life Nigeria. Okay, Professor Charles. Okay, Professor Charles, comma, the president of Nigeria, comma, is joining this webinar. Oh, let me just introduce my president, Jokowi. Okay, Jokowi.
Yeah.
Okay, now try to identify which one is the subject and which one is the apostrophe. Okay, just identify which one is the subject. Jokowi, comma, the president of Indonesia, comma, is watching this webinar.
No subject.
President. Which one? Okay, identify the subject. Jokowi, comma, the president of Indonesia, comma, is watching this webinar.
No subject.
No subject.
No subject.
Jokowi.
The president,
No
the
subject.
president of Indonesia.
Okay. Okay, one more time.
Because you are asking, for instance, you are talking to Sally that someone is the best student in the class is getting so and so. Sally is not the best student.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. I've got to manage. I've got to be successful in making you aware about this concept. Okay. All right. Now let's look. Okay. Now look at the screen again. Look at what I'm displaying with you right now. Okay. Look at the sentence. Sally, comma, the best student in the class, comma, got an A on the exam. Sally is the subject. Student is the apostrophe. Why can we make student as the apostrophe? Because there is a comma there.
Exactly.
Yeah, we cannot say Professor Charles, comma, is joining this webinar versus no subject because there's a comma. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So, but if you write down Professor Charles is joining this webinar, no comma. So Professor Charles is the subject. Now you can see why student cannot be the subject. Okay, because there's a comma.
Exactly.
Now, okay, what if I don't what if I don't write any comma here after the class? Sally, the best student in the class, no comma, but got an A on the exam. So the subject is the student.
The students.
Sally is the apostrophe. Okay, all right.
Yes.
And then let's do it again. When you say the best student in the class, comma, Sally, comma, got an A on the exam. Which one is the subject?
No subject.
There
No
is
subject.
No subject.
the best student in the class, comma, Sally, comma, got on the exam. Which one is the subject?
No subject.
Sally is the subject. Okay. This is very important to understand because I'm going to play a game. I'm going to play what do you call it? A stand-up comedy here after you understand this. Okay, so now, okay, those who have understood the concept, identify fast. Which one is the subject? Jokowi, the president. Okay, Jokowi, comma, the president of Indonesia, comma, is watching this webinar. Which one is the subject? Jokowi. Jokowi, comma, the president of Indonesia.
The president of Indonesia.
Without comma. Jokowi, comma, the president of Indonesia. No comma, is watching this webinar. The subject is the president.
Jokowi is the subject.
The president. If there is no comma there, Jokowi, comma, the president of Indonesia, no comma, is watching this webinar. The subject is the president. That's the subject. Jokowi becomes the appositive.
Okay, the president is the subject.
Yeah? Sorry? Yeah, okay, you understand it? Okay, so... Okay, so this is just an example of a constant interactive system. You can, okay, yeah, you make all your listeners, your audience energetic to the end of the program.
And we thank you very much for this wonderful.
We'll make this tomorrow, but we have more speakers. We have Mrs. Donna. So maybe at the end, thank you very much. It was
so we still have Mrs. Donna after this?
Yes,
okay.
Mrs. Donna is now, please.
All right, I will just close this session, this presentation. So just as each story is unique, so it's your own. I hope everyone watching this webinar will be able to resonate with the narratives presented here. I believe we can achieve our goal, the education what we want, the one that is inclusive, the one that leaves no one behind in this world. Okay? So, all right, my dear fellows, teachers, students, professors, anyone watching this webinar, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for your attention. It's always been nice sharing with you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
See you next time. Salam alaikum.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is Pravinder from South Africa.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I please want everybody to mute yourself because we have another great speaker, Mrs. Donaria Pasaribu. She is a lecturer from University Nomensen, Medan in English Literature Faculty. Prima Indonesia University in English Education Faculty. She is a teacher in English, Primus Inter Paris Learning and Training Center, and other. Mrs. Donna, the stage is yours.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so let me start with an introduction. So my name is Donaria Pasaribu. I'm from Medan. Medan is an island in Sumatra. It's in the west side of Indonesia. In my family, I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a sister, an aunt, etc., etc. Professionally, I am working with IES in promoting education, especially education abroad to students in Medan. Yeah. So what we did is we have education fairs. We go to schools, we go outreach programs to other cities, and then we visit universities to give information about studying abroad. Now, I also teach all levels of English and all ages, you know. So in LIA, I teach children, teenagers, adults, and so on. So I am also a lecturer in 2 of the universities in Medan. So basically, I enjoy my my work as a lecturer. Let's see. Now, how are the classes in Indonesia during the COVID? We have the offline classes and also the online classes. Offline classes are for the green and the orange zones for the COVID. Yeah, that means that if you are not, if COVID is not really very spread out, you can have offline classes. But then it is determined, first of all, by the government. And then after that, the school has to see whether they are able to fulfill the requirements of the health protocol. And at the end, the last decision is based on the parents, whether they allow the students or their children to go to school or not. But then in the red and the black zones, all schools are required to have an online course, online classes. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the challenges the students face in the virtual classroom. Now, how do I get the data? I got the data from my observation as a lecturer and teachers. And also I did a little small mini research. So I can summarize what students feel about the virtual or the online classes in Indonesia during the pandemic. So what are the challenges students faced? First of all, gadgets. Now, what I mean about gadget is mobile phones or smartphones and personal computers. Usually Indonesian students, especially the one in Sumatra or in Medan, do not use tablets. Now, how many people have computers in Indonesia? Can anybody guess? Do you think more than 80%? This is what I mean is personal computers.
Mrs. Donna, one question, please. Are you sharing any presentation, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't see no presentation.
Ah, you don't see any presentation?
No, we don't see no presentation. That is why I asked you.
You are screen sharing here.
Yes, you can do it.
Okay, let me stop sharing first.
But I can see.
Can anybody see?
No.
Pak Harris, do you see?
Yes, I can see.
I can see a road.
I can see only a road.
Bu Anti, can you see my presentation?
No.
I can see a road, picture of a road.
Picture of the road, yes.
I don't have a road.
Yes, I don't have a calendar, you don't have a road, but we see a road.
Oh,
that is not from my, that's not from mine.
This is Harris' screen.
Harris, please stop sharing the screen, Harris. You enjoy in the session and forget it.
Oh. Where is my presentation?
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Now we see.
Okay, so how many people have computers in Indonesia? Do you know?
With 30% or less than 30%? Less than 30%?
Oh, wait first.
Can you hear me?
No? Yeah.
I think that it's about less than 30%.
Yeah, it's less than 30%.
That's right.
It's
Yes.
under 8%.
Oh my God. Okay.
So 92% is considered not having a computer, personal computer, I mean, and under 8% has computer. That means they don't share. That is what I got from one of the source. And then, according to region, here we have the major island, the Java island, 11% has a personal computer. Second largest is Kalimantan, 8%, and Sumatra, where I'm from, about 7%. This is personal computer. Now, according to education, less than 10% for school students have computers and 42% of postgraduate. It's actually surprising. But what about smartphone ownership? This is better. 66% have smartphones. But we're not talking about smartphone with internet connection, just smartphones. Okay, so smartphones, according to the island, now the biggest island, the major island, Java, has 86%, yeah, more. And then the second largest is in Sumatra. And I think the next largest is in Kalimantan. So for age, most students, most people who have smartphones are between the ages of 20 to 29. And then from the education part, you can see the higher the education, the higher the percentage of smartphone ownership. So that is actually just a background. Okay, challenge 2 is for students is the internet connection. So in Indonesia, internet is difficult, especially if the students comes from the villages or outside the city. So like here you have a picture of some students climbing the trees to get signal, yeah. Now, so students finding trouble with the internet, and for us, especially maybe in Indonesia, internet is considered a luxurious item. So for us, it's expensive. Now, internet connection, even though we have internet connection in our city, but it's unstable, and we call that putus-putus. So sometimes I would even, be thrown out from my class because of my internet connection. Now, students usually just buy the internet package, and most of them don't use broadband. This is actually going to be more expensive actually, because each package is only for one gadget. But then that is what students has been doing. So they have online courses with internet package. Now, challenge number 3 is the students' attitude. I think most students are thrown into this emergency situation where they feel that they suddenly have to face all this trouble for them to go online. All right. So they feel that the class online lacks student-student interaction. That means they don't have interaction with their friends. So a lot of them find that they are not motivated by the class. And then they say they lack understanding of the material presented by the lecturers or the teachers, because teachers will sometimes just send them the materials in the Google class and then expect them to do everything by themselves, whereas they think that they don't have the guidance, yeah, to help them with the material. And then students also like discipline, especially for students in the junior high, and not junior high, where the children, what do you call that, the elementary school children, a lot of them think that having online class is just having a holiday at home or vacation. So they don't sometimes do their work or follow the class from home. And students complain about studying from home because of the unsuitable learning condition. Now, they say that at home, they feel that they are disturbed by the activities at home and the noises around them. And then also their naughty siblings. Sometimes they would just, disturb the students who are studying online. And then they complain about monotonous learning. That means not exciting, boring, and so on. Now, most complaint comes about the internet problems, okay? And then this is funny because my students tell me, ma'am, if I'm home, I cannot study, I cannot concentrate because my parents expect me to do household chores. Or sometimes they even have to help their parents with their business, family business, so they don't really concentrate. And sometimes some of the students would be telling me, ma'am, I cannot join your class because so and so, family affairs, or maybe I have to help with my family and so on. Now, another challenge for students studying online is because of teachers, they have unlimited digital technology. And this is especially true because since March of last year, these students are forced, and teachers are forced to have online classes. For example, as a lecturer myself, before the COVID, I never used any platforms, any application for teaching, Suddenly they say, close down, you have to have classes online. So as a teacher who has no previous knowledge, I have to learn everything myself. And I imagine the lack of skills of teachers about the digital technology make the students frustrated, bored, and also unmotivated. Okay, we cannot blame them for that. Now, because of the challenges and online classes has been going on more than 1 year, now students are able to actually overcome their problems. Now, first of all, because of the lack of computers, a lot of students share gadgets. Now, I know a family who has 3 children and they only have 1 smartphone, so all of them has to share their parents' smartphone. So sometimes they can have 3 children. So one will open the classes, and then after that, the second one will do it after so many minutes and so on. So shared gadgets. And then when connection is bad, my students already know what to do, whether they have to go on top of a hill or maybe climb a tree or maybe build or construct all structures so they can get the signal. Also, students must be disciplined and motivated. And I see that a lot of them are already learning to do that in the beginning, before during the first semester, for example, they don't know what to do. They have no idea of what learning online is. But now they already know. They already know how to do the work, upload it, and then how to do the work online and so on. Now, the most important is student has to adapt to changes and also have a different viewpoint. So, and a different mindset. Now, a lot of the students overcome their problem is by dropping out of school. This is actually very unfortunate because of the economical condition. I see some of my students who do not go on studying because of economic condition, because of the pandemic. Okay, and also in my private classes, a lot of students do not go on with their non-formal education. They just go on with the formal education. Now, how can teachers help? We have students. Now, a lot of teachers make special effort for students to get their assignment. For example, in the villages, some teachers go from home to home just to give the, what do you call that, the assignment to students. Or they would be in the school waiting for the students to give their assignment and to get their assignment for that day. Teachers also must be understanding with students, and also they need to not only teach the material, the subject matters, but they also need to teach them computer skills, because a lot of students also are not familiar with so many applications. Okay. As a teacher, we also need to have some fun stuff. For example, I learned after so many months to do Kahoot. So that means I give them quizzes through Kahoot, for example. I give them work that they should upload in Padlet and so on. So that means teachers or lecturers must learn a lot of digital technology. And then the most important is to make your class interactive. I like to do break up rooms in Zoom meeting because students can do discussion in their small groups. Now, what about Indonesian government? How do they help? Indonesian government is very supportive. They have what we call the KIP, that is the Kartu Indonesia Pintar. Literally, it is translated as Intelligent Indonesian Card. That means students can get scholarship up to 12 million rupiahs for school fee, and they will get a monthly allowance of 1.4 million rupiah, yeah. And then the government also give free internet package for students and teachers in general. Like my daughter, she gets her internet package through the school. So every month she will get internet package from school, but it is actually from the government. Now, the Dinas Pendidikan, the Education Ministry, also provide free online learning platform called Rumah Belajar. This is actually for teachers and students to use. What do you have there? You have the learning resources, virtual laboratory, digital class, Bang Soal, that means lots of questions you can use for students, and e-books. The Ministry of Education also, in collaboration with other institutions, offer free online platforms such as with Ruang Guru and Zenius. So actually, students have the, what do you call that, has the platforms to work online. Now, Indonesian government also is starting the Campus Merdeka. Literally, it is translated as independent campus. In this, the ministry is encouraging for student exchange, internship, work practices, research, teaching assistant, independent study or project, village project, humanity project, and entrepreneur activities. Now, I think this will be, what do you call that, exciting for students because they don't only learn in class, but they also will have a lot of experience as a college student. Now, how does the future uphold for education in Indonesia? Students and teachers are waiting to get back offline. They would like to have the real-time classes. That means they would like to go back to school. Now, they say we miss school, right? Classes are not effective online. I am required to do the household and study from home. That means I cannot concentrate. Online is boring. And then troublesome learning online. So everybody is waiting for the pandemic to be over so that they will have offline classes. So this is what the responses of the students, yeah, etc., etc. So it doesn't mean that students are looking forward to online classes in the future, but offline. Okay, that's all my presentation. Terima kasih. Oh, thank you. And come and visit us in Medan, in Sumatra. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Donna, on your wonderful presentation. Now, I will open the question and everybody can ask something if it to our teachers what they want, something about the presentation, maybe something about education in Indonesia. So you now is the open session. If not, if anybody wants to ask.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Yes. Very good evening to all. Greetings from India. This is Dr. Javed Khan. I'm a senior secondary principal. I have a question to the Donna ma'am. Donna ma'am, you said that the current scenario, we are going with the online classes. So what type of the plannings you have after the COVID-19? So do you completely remove the online classes or you go somehow with the online and offline classes? Please.
After the COVID-19, I think it's not up to the decision of the lecturer or the teachers. It's more of the, as I said, first the government will say, the local government will say, okay, it's safe, open up schools. And then the university or the schools will determine whether they were going to open the class. So for me as a lecturer or a teacher, I have to follow what their decisions are.
Somehow what the government is said, that's fine. Then as a people or as a public, what we feel. So we also have a right to put up our questions in front of the government also. So somehow whenever we are feeling comfortable with the online as well as the offline classes, so surely we will go with that also. That will be more advanced in comparison to the previous class.
Yes, I agree with you. Because I actually prefer online classes, but most of my students, they prefer offline.
It depends on the teachers how to mold the students.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for your answers.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Javed, for asking. Is there anybody else who wants to ask something, our presenters or speakers?
Professor Dr. Arvind Shah, speaking from Bangladesh.
Welcome, Professor Dr. Arabir.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. This is a good journey already been started by IIU. By today's session, after completing the today's session, I'd like to raise the question. We are getting the preparation only for during COVID pandemic situation. After COVID, already been raised the question the previously, Mr. Said, most probably, already been raised the question. Side by side, I'd like to mention what type of preparation already been taken. State government of this country, we are getting the opportunity, logistic support, the logistic support already been ensured by the government. For the time being, is it not? After the COVID situation, how do we do the situation when this COVID situation will be removed all over the world? When offline will be started or online will be continued? What is the opinion regarding this matter?
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Anybody else? So be open and be free and ask. We are here today to know more about the education in Indonesia. So our guests are great guests and they will answer on every question. Be free. Okay, if there are no questions, we will go to the next. Please, if anybody didn't fill the form for the certificate, do it, because there will be no more doing certificates. I share it many times in the chat and I will share it again, but please fill it and we will make it today. Are you seeing the video? So today there will be no event without our big
Determination
founder,
has
Mr.
always
Piyush
been a
Pandit.
key to success for any
Please
individual,
watch
because
this
a
video.
pessimist always sees difficulty in every opportunity, and the optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty.
Piyush Pandit. Piyush Pandit. Piyush Pandit. Piyush Pandit. Piyush Pandit.
Piyush Pandit is that name, who's recognized by his multiple work genres. An international social activist, award-winning social worker, serial entrepreneur, and founder of SBP Global. He has determined his destiny by having trust in him and Almighty God. Piyush Pandit was born on 27th July 1987 in Pratapgarh, Uttar Pradesh, in a middle-class family. Piyush Pandit is a diligent and passionate social worker committed to serve the humanity. Piyush Pandit has played a crucial role in crafting a team of volunteers and achieved global recognition as head of Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust, which span across more than 50 countries. He has the ability to manage complex caseloads, as he granted several live interviews and press conferences on rural development, access to justice, and the right to equality. Rallies, debates, and campaigns conducted by him has impacted Government of India to achieve various noble goals. Piyush is youth leader with extensive social work experience, political activism, and stellar entrepreneurial achievements. when you think of social work and changing the world by improving human experiences, Piyush Pandit comes to mind. He's working hard to make a difference in human experience, starting with one person at a time. He firmly believes that if we uplift someone then another, we improve the experience of human race. A ripple effect played out can be seen in his work. He is proactively mentoring other social activists to encourage social activism and entrepreneurship around the world. He is working fiercely towards achieving United Nations sustainable goals in India and over the globe. The success that his organization have had is a proof of his hard work, creativity and commitment. Under the flawless leadership of Piyush Pandit, Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust was established in 2010 and was registered in 2016 as a service-oriented voluntary organization with the aim of helping destitute, old people, children, handicapped and women in rural areas. It goes on to include helping martyrs of Indian Army, Navy, CRPF, CISF and other real-life heroes who lost their lives in service. The organization strives to place the humanity at forefront and bringing back the human warmth which has lost due to busy modern life. They are fighting to ensure ending poverty, unemployment and making society better for all. SBP has become a global entity with ambassadors from more than 50 countries. SBP is an endless family working towards the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The goals include no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitization, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice and strong institutions, partnerships to achieve the goals. SBP is working tirelessly towards eradicating darkness. Darkness for people to go hungry, be unable to afford the basic things of life, be discriminated against, and be unable to access opportunities to advance their lives.
India is still a young nation when it comes to development, but we have made much progress. SBP has added 5 new need-based goals, in addition to 17 UN goals for society to create world peace and sustainability. The founder, Piyush Pandit, holds his strong vision and endeavor in strengthening the UN SDGs under his agenda of aiming to unite all the countries of the world. By 2030, SBP has invented 22 goals for the development of nations, with SBP SDGs, which will have its ambassadors for promoting these SBP SDGs in 195 countries. This has been reviewed and designed after intense research by visiting some of the developing countries across the globe. SBP SDG aims at building strong bonding between these 195 countries and aims to unite them as one nation, one world.
SBP creates impact through its projects. These projects include E-Village, Gau Gram, Youth Development, Namami Gange, Annadata, Rashtriya Lakshya, Next Gen Awards, Institution, Handicapped Welfare, Sports, Art and Culture, Population Control, Indian Art and Culture, Entrepreneurship, Youth Parliament, and National Medical Care. SBP carries out its social service projects in India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka. Every member of the SBP team believes strongly that they can change the world by enhancing humanity. By giving a helping hand and delivering hope, we can make the world a better place. This tireless commitment to human advancement has led the SBP team to complete 521 projects and help more than 1 million people. While the pandemic was in its toughest moments and offsetting the lives of many people, the team at SBP surmounted the challenges presented and provided relief through the COVID-19 relief fundraising. The smile that the project Ignite is fuel for keeping the SBP team moving. SBP supports the community and continues to push for that awesome future for India and for the world. A golden India is possible, but then the entire world could be golden, where everyone is safe, healthy, and comfortable. The SBP team sees a world that is free of discrimination and violence, and they're working tirelessly to get humanity a little closer to that vision with each day. Rural India has been a focal point of Piyush, which gave birth to Help India Help Foundation. It was founded by Piyush Pandit and Dandi Swamiji, centered on empowering rural India. It seeks to achieve this empowerment through best practices, modern technology, and its core values of corporate thinking.
SBP works on beautifying nature by plantation drives and prudently manages scarce resources such as water and energy. Our family has made education, including preschool education, accessible and affordable, especially in urban slums, rural areas, and villages, to give every child a strong start in life. We constantly review healthcare policy and spread awareness to ensure the security of the families. SBP SDGs looks and aims to provide subsidies to support our aging population. SBP aims that masses, whether rich or poor, young or old, enjoy clean air, water, and sanitation, quality healthcare, and education, as well as lush greenery and safe common spaces. Because of these policies run by SBP, SBP has been actively playing an important role for human rights and addressing issues related to it and resolving them through Global Peace Council of the Universe and Human Rights Council of the Universe. SBP also pays a close attention of promoting peace and love for humankind, and bring glory to the universe, where love, respect, and salute to every individual is given. SBP works around the world for climate change, where actions and concrete steps are taken to tackle it. Development work for all countries shall be done by our country heads and ambassadors in each country. They shall adopt solutions to fit their specific circumstances and priorities, as sustainable development is not a solo mission, it is a collective goal, and we have much to learn from experiences of the UN SDGs and SBP SDGs in cooperation. SBP has trained almost 5 lakh skilled entrepreneurs from more than 50 countries. We SBP aims to strengthen collective resilience against common threats such as terrorism, cybercrime, climate change, and disaster. We are helping our economies to innovate and use technology to make a vibrant and sustainable place to live and work by appointing capable ambassadors and country heads who are social workers and can work to promote SBP SDGs internationally by partnering with teams to run capacity building. We host many international forums, including the International Summit, International Clean Water, Clean Enviro, Educational, and Health Summit. These promote dialogue and collaboration on sustainability issues among policymakers and experts from governments, businesses, and international organizations. SBP is committed to form the first ever international internship university, which shall generate campus placements to create entrepreneurs, small and large-scale industries, create sustainability, and top employability for the youth by helping them with new startups.
The social work continues, and the e-village was established in 2012 to reinforce India's roots in villages and villagers. It was created to make technology accessible for all members of the village. the organization strives hard to ensure data and network connectivity across the village, thereby giving the inhabitants access to a world of information and enabling the farmers to get real-time updates on weather, agricultural products and new harvesting methods. We can better understand the impact that the e-village aims to create. At the crux of Piyush's work is the youth. He believes that youth empowerment is closely aligned with social service. After all, if we are going to recruit people to make an impact and improve their societies, we will have to include the youth. It becomes important to develop the youth and to make sure that they are empowered. Piyush recognizes this and has set out through the SDGs to achieve this goal. Piyush is the CEO of Piyush Group. The organization covers several industries, including renewable energy, logistics, real estate, and so on. It has established itself in these industries and is leading the market because of its consistent drive for providing quality products and creating customer loyalty. Piyush Group emphasizes the need to begin now to create tomorrow's entrepreneur. This is one of their core values as industry leaders. They are striving to create sustainability and secure tomorrow by empowering the youth and promoting entrepreneurship. Piyush Pandit has succeeded in scaling the growth of these organizations, and his work has taken them to the multinational level. They are a name in the market, providing the best products and services in their industries. Piyush Group has been around for over 2 decades, but continues to adapt to the changing market environment under the leadership of Piyush Pandit. This company has attained an industry leader status because of Piyush's commitment to provide quality and exceeding customers' expectations. Just like Help India Health Foundation, eVillage and SBP, this organization combines its values with modern technology to carry out its projects. Needless to say that his vast scope of work has provided him with the exposure, expertise, and experience to succeed in almost any field. Piyush is able to form and sustain positive relationship with people. He is able to work at resolving complex issues, a skill that is important for social work. He has received a plethora of awards and recognitions in acknowledgement of his contributions to social work. In 2018, he was recognized for his enormous contributions to society with India's Great Leader Award. This award was in recognition of his social work and youth empowerment efforts. His work speaks for itself and tells of someone who's passionate about the welfare of others. Piyush's enormous contributions to India paved his way into the India Star Book of Records in 2019. His other awards include GTF World Summit Bangkok 2019, Volunteer Hero from the I Volunteer Awards 2019, Abad Samman Samaroh 2018, Blood Donation Award from the Rotary Club of New Delhi, Environmental Sentinel Award from the Green Care Society, Yuva Gaurav Samman for Youth Welfare, and Literature Confluence Award from poet Hum Tum. Piyush Pandit believes in the philosophy of growing together. His slogan is, "Let's grow together and create tomorrow's entrepreneur." He has the vision to create a society that is based on freedom, equality, solidarity, diversity, and fairness. Piyush believes that by anchoring the journey on these values, it is possible to make India Sone ki Chiriya. Piyush believes that when we work together, there is no limit to what we can achieve. He always emphasizes that to make an impact in life, we must follow our passions and we must do all that it takes. Pour all your energy into work that makes a mark and changes society by touching lives, one person at a time.
So, as you all see now, the video, nobody of us will be here today if there is no our co-founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit. There is no word to make describe about him. So I will tell that we here must be happy because we have a person who wants all of us to grow together. As he said, he wants for his India to be Sonaki Chindia. But if India is Sonaki Chindia and the world, India was gold and all the world would be gold. Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, dear professors, dear guest speakers, dear all, we came at the end of our session. I hope that all of us here today learn a lot. Why? Because we said education cannot wait. Also here in IIU offers many courses, many programs. Now there are few days. So please, if you want to be one of honorary doctorate, you can still send your research work. So here in our groups on www web page of IIU, I think that this is a big opportunity, a big affair, and I think that anybody don't have to miss this. So I want first 3 pictures. So please, everybody turn your camera. Anita Devi, Sarita Pandey, Barita Singh. I want to see your pictures. Okay. Okay. So once again, I hope that everybody of the participants, I see that now is 46. At one moment, we have more than 100. So if anybody didn't fill the form, please fill it because we will not send the certificates later. Thank you very much. Greetings to all. Thank you all for being here today. Goodbye from Golden India. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Namaste. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye-bye.